Welcome back! Today let's talk about how and why Easter egg hunts get cancelled. Am I the a-hole for not appreciating the Easter egg hunt my boyfriend put up for me? Me and my boyfriend have been together for 3 years. I'm pretty busy with extracurriculars and my full-time and part-time job. Yet I have been the person always planning dates, vacations, looking up events, etc. Earlier this week I bought the plastic eggs people use for the Easter egg hunts for their kids, just to use as decorations. Then I was like, maybe I stash 10ish away so I can do an Easter egg hunt for him. We lived together and he saw the eggs on the counter, and a couple of days later he said to me, I was thinking about putting an Easter egg hunt up for you. And I said I was thinking I would do the same for him. He asked, what would you put in mine? And I was dumb and said, oh, small things like candy or maybe homemade coupons for a massage, etc. Fast forward to this weekend. As I mentioned, I work a 9-to-5 job and a part-time job, mostly on the weekends. This weekend I worked on Saturday from 3 to 11:30 p.m. and I got home at midnight. Went to bed with the intention of waking up a little bit before him and putting up the Easter egg hunt for him. I couldn't find the Easter eggs I bought at Dollar Tree anywhere when I woke up, so I asked where they went. He used them! No, he didn't! For the egg hunt for me, he used like 16 out of the 20! So that was the first thing that got me furious, because I didn't have time to go get any more and I planned ahead in the week while he didn't. Why would you get more? He could go and actually buy the presents he's giving you. The second thing that annoyed me was that I was going through the eggs. Half of them had handmade coupons and the other half had chocolates that he has given me earlier in the week for our 3-year anniversary. He regifted me the chocolates he had already given me. No, just no. So naturally I was livid and he got upset that I didn't appreciate him. Then he went on that I complain that he doesn't put effort in the relationship. And this is why he doesn't, because when he does, I react negatively. But to me, this isn't an effort. He stole my idea and my supplies. The only difference between us is that he bet me to it. I worked last night and have been generally busy at my full-time job that I couldn't pull the completion of the Easter egg hunt for him until last minute. And he had the whole day off yesterday. Am I wrong? No, obviously you are not wrong. How? I don't see it. How does he have the audacity to spin this whole thing around and blame you? Really? Man, I'd like to know what he had done if you had already prepared your eggs with the little chocolates and coupons. Would he have used that in his name as well? I think so. And what genius regifts the same present to the same person? You deserve so much better than a stolen, recycled Easter egg hunt. Let's find you some more encouraging comments. Only lazy boyfriends will back him up. Not the a-hole. If my 4-year-old nephew did this, it'd be cute. But your boyfriend? Yikes. Not the a-hole. He wants to play the part of considerate and loving, but he can't be bothered to do the work. He knew better. He's doing just enough and expecting full credit. Kinda childish really, not the a-hole. I don't think you are the a-hole. On one hand, he sort of made an effort to do something for you. However, the fact that he copied your idea and regifted the chocolates was so inconsiderate. Either he is not very bright or he is acting like he is dumb. Not the a-hole. He put forth minimal effort and expects you to lord over his pathetic attempt to do something nice for you. He should be embarrassed not asking for an apology. Okay, it is very safe to say that OP is not the a-hole. Let's have another one. Am I the a-hole for telling my son he is too old to do an Easter egg hunt and to give his eggs to his younger brothers? My brother and his wife organized an Easter egg brunch this morning. I brought my 16-year-old, 10-year-old and 7-year-old sons. There was an Easter egg hunt and I assumed that my 16-year-old would supervise the younger kids. Actually, he participated and got a lot of eggs. I told him that teens don't do Easter egg hunts and he should give his eggs to his younger brothers. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's just candy, snacks and dollar bills anyway. My brother said that it's fine and I said that it's none of his business. So I assume last year he was allowed to do the hunt and this year you just assume he's not. Maybe talk to him beforehand? You should be really happy that your 16-year-old still does Easter egg hunts and is not off causing trouble. Yesterday my whole family did the Easter egg hunt and it was fun. OP's the a-hole, basta. Well, actually, let's see. You're the a-hole, not your eggs or prizes, so you don't really have the authority to say. If you didn't want him participating, why would you let him participate? It's way worse to tell him after the fact, okay, now you go give that free money you just got to someone else. I turned 26 today and my parents did an Easter egg hunt for me and my brother and his girlfriend. It's silly to bar a teenager from family activities they enjoy when involving everyone is far more fun. I agree. I do an Easter egg hunt for my siblings' 60s and my parents too, 89 years old. I color code them so no one can pick up anyone else's. Good for your family for doing that for you and I hope you had a great time and let your inner child shine. You're the a-hole. Let your kid be a kid. Don't expect to use your kid as a free babysitter or they will just resent you. Don't be so immature. What 16-year-old doesn't want candy or money? You're the a-hole. Quit telling teenagers to grow up and maybe grow up yourself. We never know when it's the last time we will do something we enjoy. Makes me sad to think that this is his final memory of being a kid on Easter. And little kids love when their big siblings and cousins participate. As long as the little ones get a fair chance at the eggs, it makes the experience more special for everyone. Especially if there's money involved. I'm 35 and I joined the egg hunt myself. Cost $70 to fill up my tank. Right? I can't comprehend this. My 16 and 21-year-olds will be getting Easter baskets until they give me grandbabies and if they choose not to procreate for the rest of their lives. I've only recently stopped getting Easter eggs from my mom. I'm 52. Alright, Reddit has spoken, OP is the a-hole, and we all have to do Easter egg hunts until we are 100 years old. Am I the a-hole for going against my wife and letting my daughter ruin Easter? My wife Lillian, 48, and I, 37, have 5 daughters, 17, 13, 6 and twins 3. Lillian and her family take clothes very seriously. They always coordinate their outfits when doing family get-togethers and think it's important to bond as a family in photos and stuff. I personally think it's a bit silly, but usually just go along with whatever Lillian decides. Our eldest is just like Lillian when it comes to clothes, and the younger 3 don't really care. However, our 13-year-old Charlotte has started to get really self-conscious about clothes and fashion, and her style is definitely different from her mother. This has caused some issues between them, but I've mostly convinced Lillian to allow her to dress herself as she wants. For Easter, Lillian wanted us all to dress up in Easter-themed clothes. What's that? The rest of her family did, and it is important to her. However, Charlotte just refused. She didn't want to wear the Easter clothes because she felt it was too childish and ugly, basically. They argued about it and it was both petty and going nowhere. So I intervened and basically allowed Charlotte to wear what she wants, as long as it is appropriate. We spent the day with my wife's family and it was really good. The girls had a lot of fun with their cousins and probably too much chocolate. Though my mother and sister-in-law did criticize Charlotte's clothes, though only to my wife and I, not to Charlotte. After we got home, Lillian was pretty angry. I went against her. She said we were meant to be a united front and that I had no right to interfere with her decision. She says Charlotte is part of the family and has to act like it. Her family did judge us for it, but honestly, it's just some clothes. I don't see why it's such a big deal. If Charlotte hates them, she shouldn't have to wear it, I think. But Lillian is still annoyed at me for ruining her family Easter. My best friend thinks they're being ridiculous, but says I should have backed up my wife anyways. I feel like I'm going crazy with how seriously everyone is taking all of this. Am I really wrong to just let Charlotte choose for herself? Or should I have just let my wife decide? Charlotte is a 13-year-old teenager. Of course she wants to choose her own clothes. And she's probably right when she says the coordinate ones look ugly. And what are Easter-themed clothes? Truly, I have zero idea. And who takes a dress code for a family gathering that seriously? Is that a thing? Are you the royal family? I think OP is not the a-hole, but maybe Reddit has another opinion. Charlotte is 13. She's turning into a young lady and has her own mind, as you seem to understand. If her mom continues with this, don't be surprised if she rebels massively. Pretty much everything a parent does is embarrassing to a 13-year-old, and making them dress in a certain way is most certainly high up there. Your friend is right, the family are ridiculous. I can't believe that one person not wearing Easter clothes ruined Easter. You are not the a-hole, but your wife and the family are. Not the a-hole. You know what will really ruin Easter? When your daughter refuses to show up, or when she does come and loudly calls you all out for being oppressive and overbearing, and does this in front of the younger sibs, who I am guessing will be about 9 and 12 when that happens. OP, you are doing the right thing to support your daughter and keep her connected and seen as an individual. Not the a-hole. I'd love if, just once, someone used united front to mean, let's discuss this and decide on a solution together, and not, you have to agree with me 100%. If your wife wants to play dress up with kids, buy her a doll. Your wife is ridiculous, not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. If Easter was ruined, it was from your wife's reaction. Work out a compromise. If Charlotte has to dress like the whole family, the next function Charlotte gets to decide what everyone else will be wearing, whether matching or not. I would personally love that, but I don't think that would work. No way the in-laws would let Charlotte decide. It's done by the adults of the family. So basically my wife, her sibling, her brother-in-law and their mother. I'm also allowed to help decide, but I don't care enough about the coordination. But it would be hilarious to let the kids choose. Okay, not the a-hole it is. I could have imagined some Karens trolling in the comment section, but not today. Am I the a-hole for banning guests from bringing anything for Easter? I am hosting Easter again and I banned all family and guests from bringing anything. This isn't a potluck and it never has been. I am catering to all dietary specifications. I have gluten-free dishes for Mary's celiacs and vegan dishes for Tommy Vegan that only eats vegan. Every year I say the same thing and get a bunch of random dishes that are repeats. Then the people don't take them home like they are doing me a favor. Or they do take them home and my knives and serving spoons are also missing. Also no flowers. I have table ornaments covered. And no wine. We have too much as it is. Is only bringing yourself rude now? Yeah, it kind of is. Usually you get something nice for the host. I mean, I wouldn't bring a whole dish because obviously the host already cooked. But I wouldn't say no to some flowers. You don't have to put them on the dinner table if it's such a big problem for you. Just put them on some sideboard and everybody's happy. I think this is not an actual problem. Yeah. Like I said, no problem. I think that for a lot of people it is knee-jerk to bring something. They are taught from a very young age to always bring something. A dish, a wine or even flowers for the hostess. It's hard to break conditioning like that. It's tough because even if I take the host at their word and don't bring anything, other people do. And then I feel like I am looking rude or unhelpful. It also doesn't help that I'm sure many of us know people who say no to be polite while assuming you will bring something anyways. It's definitely more rude to bring food when specifically asked not to. I spend an absurd amount of time planning my menus and days prepping when I host, and if somebody brought a dish I hadn't planned for, I would be so annoyed. To be honest, I wouldn't even put it on the table because there wouldn't be room for it. My family and friends started exchanging cards with sweet messages or fun memories in them instead of bringing gifts. Because we're all the same with not wanting people to bring a dish, it's super fun and doesn't take up space or go to waste. If the food is not my style, I stop and get a fillet of fish on the way home. Alright, that's it for today. Have a lovely day and see you in my next video.